You guys all had really good takes on it. I think it's sad that men in our community feel like they can't be vulnerable, whether it be with their women or their male counterparts. Um, it's almost like this toxic strength, right? Oh, I don't need anybody. I can figure it out by myself. Like I'm okay, and it's quite the opposite. It's weak to not be able to go to someone else and actually talk it out or have somebody to bounce stuff off of. We can't do it ourselves. We're not designed to do things by ourselves, to Delvin's point. And it's sad that we've created this culture of teaching our boys real men don't cry and real men don't show weakness and, don't trust anybody and so forth and so on. And it's sad because we as humans, we just all need people we could bounce things off of and lean on and be vulnerable and just break down. And as women, we have that. And it's sad that you as men don't. So I wish that it was made normal. Like, let's normalize men being human and having close male friends and it not being considered gay or sassy. I don't think it's gay or sassy, in my opinion.
So, from my take, the loneliest place to be is trapped in your own thoughts, trapped in your own feelings, right? And no way to express it. And one of the most dangerous places to be is in that very same place. A lot of times men in relationships may have a partner, may have a great partner, supportive partner, but they have a partner that they need to see them as a man in the way their partner defines a man, right? And maybe sometimes showing that chink in their armor at a time when their partner, their wife or whatever, isn't ready to see that, and it's not somehow fractured, right? Her idea of what manhood was or what this person was as a man is something that man can't afford to face. And so it's vital. It's vital that people have those outlets, that men have those outlets with other men, even because otherwise we're out here putting on a fight against things and putting on a facade. And we're bearing things we don't have to bear. You know what I mean? Sometimes the guy next to you is going through the very same thing and just nobody mentions it. I will say that, like the two gentlemen were saying on the podcast, introductions can be awkward. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times when you speak to a stranger, the first idea is that, what does this person want from me? It's distrust, right? Right? We're uneasy about it. I'm not accustomed to some random guy come and talk to me. To be honest, I do wonder if like, dude, how long have you been watching me before you decide to talk to me? Like, just give me the context to this conversation quickly. And it's not because I'm phobic. It's just because there's not a lot of spontaneous interaction between men when it's not involved with commerce or conflict. And we need to find different ways to communicate, right? Sometimes it does take just being a little vulnerable, letting your guard down, admitting when you have a struggle. You know what I'm saying? Bearing a little bit of yourself, right? And doing it because you understand that some struggles are, you know what I'm saying? They're alike to all men in one way, shape, form, or fashion, right? We just don't talk about it. As a person who grew up with a father who passed when I was like real young, like 12 or whatever, right? I would have loved to have had that father, that man in my life that I could have been vulnerable with, right? I was fortunate to have brothers. The relationships are. I joined a fraternity. There are ways that people can find brotherhood, but the reason why people are looking for brotherhood is because, yes, brothers, we all need somebody who is a man that you can say, listen, man, as a man, just man to man, I felt like this. And that man can go, yes, sir, I salute you. You are still in your manhood. And this is how we walk through that thing. So yeah, man, listen, pause all that stuff. Don't let anything get in the way of forming genuine relationships with people who are being genuine with you. You know what I mean? It doesn't make you gay. And maybe by embracing that idea, as S&M said, we can transcend some of our misunderstandings and our prejudices, right? To make real distinctions between what one thing is and what another thing is. Maybe we don't have to choose to live lives of being locked off in our feelings, right? Maybe we can choose to live openly, but not be gay.
So I want to clarify something real quick, right? Because I felt like in my previous answer, I was trying to answer the question of like, is it a thing? Because I do think it is a thing. So I answered that, yes, it is a thing. But I want to be clear. I agree with it being a thing. Right? I feel like I want to be clear. Okay. I hear what y'all saying, but I felt like I can hear what y'all saying and there's still a line. Cause I gotta be honest, like I'm sitting there thinking to myself, when's the last time I talked to my niggas and told them some vulnerable shit about me? I'm just trying to be honest. I'm trying to be for real. right? Now, it may be fair that I have a wife that I can talk to, and I don't feel that if I share with her my deeper, most inner thoughts and fears, she's going to emasculate me. That could be part of it. It could also be that I have a fucking therapist, right? Because I trust strangers more than I trust, professionals who know how to ingest information and provide guidance as you work through it. But you know who are not good at those things? Y'all. Most people forget gender, right? Like, so I get why men would not feel comfortable being vulnerable around other men who often show the lack of emotional intelligence to deal with certain sensitive topics and conversations. Like, why would I do that? So like, I get we want that to be a thing, but niggas would have to show up a lot more emotionally intelligent to be able to handle a nigga's vulnerabilities if you so choose to do that. Now, don't get me wrong. I am sure there are relationships where men have that emotional safety, and I'm cheering for that. But I'm just being realistic in regards to whether or not why it's not happening. And honestly, aside from the gay piece, because I'm not anti whatever, but the truth is, like, I don't even trust people in general with my emotional shit because how are you gonna help me for real? Give me your perspective on my problem? I mean, I get it. So it just may be a me thing in regards to the fact that I do think, yes, male relationships are important, 1000%. But I guess maybe I'm a little old school because I feel like the certain level of emotional intimacy that I want to have with someone typically is reserved for a small group of people who are generally of the opposite sex. That's just a me thing. You get what I'm saying? And if I gotta work through some real shit, I'm gonna go to a professional. Now, if we kicking it, we talking about hoes and sports and regular guy shit, I need the outlet. I agree with y'all 1000 fucking percent. But unless y'all can be real enough right now and tell me that, hey, within the last 5 years of your fucking life, right? And I ain't talking about family members either. I'm talking about your homeboys when you told them about whatever disease you caught, or whatever you told them about whatever ball you had in the most uncomfortable position, when you told them about how you failed when you tried to do X, Y, and Z, right? The litany of real nigga shit that you would have to convince me that y'all niggas are doing or would feel comfortable with doing, or let alone comfortable listening to. Y'all niggas suck at advice giving as well. So I get why. So I'm not going to be on this fucking podcast. I get it. Yes, you need outlets. You need friends that you can talk to. But please, for the sake of everything holy and sacred, go get some professional help if you need it. Okay? Because those niggas ain't professionals. Okay? And unless you identify them to be emotionally intelligent enough or to create a safe enough space for you to communicate with them, don't trust them niggas either. Okay? Fuck all the shit they talking about. Identify people who are emotionally intelligent enough, who are safe enough, and maybe even like professional enough that you can really unload your problems to. Right? Okay? Other than that, okay, I do think that there are boundaries that need to be set. Okay? Like, right? Just to make sure that we're not confusing nobody. You dig what I'm saying? And so I'm not going to pretend I'm that fucking evolved. Okay, I'm not. Okay, I'm still here. I know who to fucking talk to, right? And you got some genuine male friendships, right? Cool. But there is a line. Like, you're not going to, yo, dog, your ass looks fat. The cheese, you're not doing that. Okay? You know why? Yo, dog, you think my ass looks fat in these jeans? No, you're not going to do that. You know why? Because that shit is, say it with me.
Not gonna do it with you. I'm not gonna do it. Go ahead.
Yo, I ain't gonna hold you, right? I respect those brothers and I love that they shared what they did. And hopefully 15, 20 years from now, when my son grows up, he'll be in a world where what they did didn't happen. But not tonight.